I'll put myself right in the middle of the screen here. It says January 8th. So it has been 1 week of no alcohol. And I have a couple of positive updates and a couple of rooms for improvement. On the positive, first of all, it was really no difficulty at all physically, or I would also say sort of emotionally, psychologically, to not have any drinks. I know for a fact that people can be physically addicted to alcohol, and that can definitely be a much more serious situation. Fortunately, that's not my situation, and there was a couple of times where it'd be the end of the night and I would think, boy, I could go for a little sip of whiskey. That was even almost more of a thought that came to mind than like missing the beer, mostly just because it's sort of like the end of the night, and more on that to come and the things to improve upon. So that was good to realize. Second thing is, my doctor thinks that I have something, possibly GERD, probably, maybe you've heard of it, gastroesophageal reflux. And that manifests itself for me in a cough that's not necessarily related to actually being sick. And then I kind of only recently realized that I just have this, I often have a common kind of heartburn, burpy, heartburny thing, even if I haven't eaten anything spicy. And when I started looking into, when he finally said GERD, I started looking it up, and I saw that alcohol can be a cause or related to that. And so that was really kind of right around the time I was getting ready to take this break, and I was really curious how that would be. And I will tell you, almost immediately, I mean, within a day or two, the cough went way, way down. I do not cough very much at all, and it was, for some time, it has been kind of a pain in my life, and I honestly wish I would have put 2 and 2 together before, but I kind of only got this information from my doctor recently about that actual term, and that made me look into that aspect of it. That almost went away immediately, and the same for this heartburn. Like, I just, for this last week, I mean, it really is the best benefit physically so far. So that has been greatly encouraging. Now, the things that have not been as good is the sleeping. I think on Monday night, New Year's Day, I went to bed. I laid in bed in the dark. I was tired for 2 hours plus before I could fall asleep. I maybe even had taken a little bit of melatonin that night just to maybe help. So that was not good. And that's not been a full 2 hours every night, but it just takes me a long time to fall asleep. That could be a whole nother discussion. Meditation, mental management, quieting my mind. Could be a whole nother area of exploration, but it's been better some nights, and I guess I can lead that into the next segment of room for improvement. Is, even though I wasn't enjoying alcohol, I decided to enjoy some other legal avenues for relaxation that are now legal in Minnesota. And what I realized is, while the alcohol, not drinking alcohol and wanting to get into the snacks, well, guess what? Spoiler alert, these other substances are known to increase the appetite. So I found myself feeling relaxed and enjoying. I had a couple people come over one night and we were watching some Fish concerts, and I felt great. We had a nice time, but then I realized I wanted to get into the snacks. So as far as the weight aspect of this experiment, which I mentioned a week ago, that's not changed. That's the same, even though I've done all my exercising. And many of these nights I have not been doing any snacking, but then maybe a few times I did get into some stuff. So that's just something for me to realize and to note, that if I do want to try to cut down on the snacking, it's not just the alcohol that I have to watch, and this will not come as a surprise to most people. But otherwise, it's not been a challenge. Now I'm going to my first concert of this dry January tonight, and that will be interesting. I don't usually drink that much at a concert, and I never drink to get altered at a concert. That's never something I do. So that shouldn't be a big deal to not be, seeing these people drinking around me and feeling like, oh, I'm missing out. Like, I don't expect that to be a problem. I have another concert this coming Saturday. I have 3 planned concerts in this dry January, and maybe add in another one or so if I want to. But anyway, so far so good. I do hope the sleeping continues to get better. I know people have commented a bunch, and some people say 30 days is a good start, but it might actually take longer to notice a more wide number of benefits, and that is interesting. So I don't know if I will continue to go longer. For now, we're just going to do the 30 days and see how all that goes, but that is the update so far, and maybe I'll check in next week.